Written communication has long been a way of sending and delivering messages. However, in the past, written messages have been highly dependent upon time and distance. The emergence and improvement of technology has drastically improved the ability to communicate in written form. Email is an evolutionary technology that is a small part of the history of written communication. Written communication can be traced from the early cave paintings to the instantaneous message delivery of emails and text. Technology has afforded society the ability to communicate regardless of time and distance. While the concept of sending and receiving email is fully emerged, the technology used to produce, send, and house emails constantly changes and improves. Developers are constantly seeking technology that maximizes performance. In this documentary, we will explore one organization's shift from one email system to another and discover the process by which technology emerges in certain environments. Until 2 years ago, the Cook County school system used squirrel mail as a vehicle for the email system. While the functionality was adequate at the time, the growing need within the school system necessitated a change. As the school system grew, so did the need for an email system that can meet the needs of faculty and staff of the school system. According to one technology specialist, the overall capacity for email handling was becoming an issue. Not only was the number of users increasing, but the need for the ability to send more attachments and larger attachments. After only a short search for a replacement email system, the Cook County School System decided to use GroupWise as the housing application for all system-wide emails. When asked about the decision, the Administrative Technology Director stated, "We did not have to go very far with our evaluation because the Novell network system that we use had a built-in corporate email system that had not ramped up at the time. On top of the fact that the new system had a larger capacity for sending and receiving emails, it was also a component of the networking system that the school system had already in place." In speaking with some of the staff, the newer email system also had more to offer than the previous squirrel mail system. In terms of functionality, the GroupWise system was more user-friendly, had better aesthetics, and an interactive calendar feature for the entire system. McLuhan was instrumental in giving society the ability to track the evolution of technology through his idea of the laws of media and the tetrad. In analyzing both email systems, we see that they are not so dissimilar in what they do, but differ in the manner of which they perform the task. In the tetrad for squirrel mail system, you can clearly see that the components of communication that became obsolete were also the components that the system enhanced and retrieved. Squirrel mail also made the previous email system obsolete. In looking to the future, the squirrel mail could be reversed with a more enhanced email system. Also, because the lack of storage space and cloud-based system would also be something that could replace the squirrel mail system. The emergence of the GroupWise system functioned in the same manner as the squirrel mail, in fact, that it enhances and obsoletes the same characteristics of communication. GroupWise also retrieves the same forms of written communication as the previous email system. In the future, email systems employed by the Cook County School System will need to make the components of GroupWise system obsolete, whether through storage or performance. David Thornburg asserts that there are 6 principles involved in the emergence of new technology: evolutionary technology, rhymes of history, disruptive technology, science fiction, increasing returns, and red queens. All of these principles play an integral part of the emergence process and either speed up the emergence or inhibit the emergence of new technology. As mentioned previously, email itself an evolutionary technology that has evolved as technology has evolved. You can see that written communication has taken many forms and the delivery system has also evolved over time. The history of email can be viewed in two ways: the history of written communication and the history of the technology itself. For this purpose, I have chosen to use the history of written communication as the basis for this discussion, and it is the purpose for the development of the email concept. As languages develop over time, the need for people to deliver those messages has also evolved. From the written note to the postal system's ability to deliver the handwritten mail, people have long needed the ability to communicate. As the population of the earth increased, the ability to deliver messages was inhibited by time and distance. The evolution of the email has developed over time to deal with these problems that was caused by time and distance. Now email provides for written forms of communication instantaneously. Over the course of history, there have been forms of technology that disrupt the course of other technologies and make the previous form of technology obsolete. Although the technology becomes obsolete, it is still usable and for some, the only viable option to complete a task. In the case of email, traditional email and the postal service have become obsolete. While the postal service is still in use, the email system has the ability to provide documents and pictures as attachments and send correspondence instantaneously. Obviously, there are sectors of the population that still rely heavily on traditional mail, but the mail system has depleted its effectiveness in relation to the distance and time. In terms of instantaneous communication, the use of text messages could be viewed as disruptive technology in relation to emails. In fact, texting provides a chat format that does not require one to log into a third-party site to check email. Also, real-time communication using video can also be considered as disruptive technology to the growth of emails. The availability of video conferences has rendered email obsolete. However, the ability to send documents as attachments keeps the email as a viable option that texting and video conferences cannot provide. Technology can often emerge as a result of science fiction. We often say that movies are the gateway to technology emergence, as was the case with the movies like Minority Report. And the technology in the movies often emerge in the private sector of society later. However, prior to the emergence of email systems, it has been difficult finding an instance where email played the role of a science fiction technology. After analyzing the use of email in the context of increasing returns, it would be hard to consider email as a competition for increasing returns. However, the need for a corporate email system that provides certain components to its members provide competition within that particular market. More than likely, as with GroupWise, email systems are a smaller component of a larger networking system. Due to the prevalence of a free cloud-based email, the competition for increasing return is limited to networking operations within a corporation or an organization. As mentioned previously, the use of email is so prevalent that it would be impossible to identify a competition between any email engines. Email itself has evolved to stay relevant, even as the Cook County school system began to search for a larger capacity to handle email. Networking systems and email engines are constantly evolving to meet the needs of users. Again, the true evolution can be found in the competition between companies that provide an overall networking system. Email has firmly entrenched itself as a necessary component of corporate America and various organizations such as school systems. It provides a mass form of communication and instantaneous communication. The Cook County school system took part in shifting from one form of technology to another and used the law of media by McLuhan and the six forces of Thornburg to come to a decision on the technology that could best meet the needs of the system.